Saturday night, we have an interim UFC Heavyweight Championship bout between former title challenger Derrick and Ciryl Gane. Let's break it down. Ciryl Gane, 31 years old, he's 6'5" with an 81-inch reach and a record of 9-0 with 3 knockouts and 3 submissions. From the Roche, Yon France, Gane got into martial arts in his early 20s, making his professional kickboxing debut in 2016, winning the AFMT Muay Thai Heavyweight title with a second-round knockout of Jeremy Jeanne. He defended the title 6 times, winning 4 by knockout before switching to MMA in 2018, making his debut with a first-round choke of Bobby Sullivan for the TKO Promotions vacant heavyweight title. He defended it twice with a second-round knockout of Adam Dyczka and a first-round knockout of Rogers Souza. In August of 2019, he made his UFC debut with a first-round triangle choke of Rafael Pessoa, and 2 months later submitted Dontale Mayes with a heel hook. He closed out 2019 with a unanimous decision over Tanner Boser. However, he did not fight again for a year, as 3 separate fights fell through due to both his opponents and himself sustaining injuries in training. He returned in December 2020, taking on UFC legend Junior Dos Santos, and despite the disparity in experience, put on an excellent performance, forcing Dos Santos against the cage, dropping him with an elbow, and stopping him with ground and pound. 2 months later, he took on number 3 contender Jairzinho Rosenstruik, controlling the distance with his jab and leg kicks and dominating all of the grappling exchanges to win a lopsided unanimous decision. In 2021, he put on a dominant display, controlling number 5 Alexander Volkov with his speed jab and footwork to score a unanimous decision. Gane is a proficient technical striker who excels at controlling distance and pace, and has also come a long way in adapting to the grappling aspect of the sport, as evidenced by his 3 submissions in those 9 victories. Derrick is 36 years old. He's 6'3" with a 79-inch reach and a record of 25-7-1 with 20 knockouts. From Houston, Texas, Lewis began training in boxing at the age of 17 under the tutelage of former heavyweight boxing champion George Foreman. He was arrested after his high school graduation for assault, and 2 years later, while attending Kilgore College on a football scholarship, he was arrested again for aggravated assault, violating his probation, which resulted in him serving a 3.5-year prison term. Upon his release, he began training in MMA in 2009 at his first amateur fight, losing via TKO. He won his next 3, and in April of 2010, he made his professional debut, defeating Nick Mitchell by a second-round TKO. He lost his next fight, but won his next 3 by stoppage before dropping a unanimous decision to Tony Johnson in his Bellator debut in 2011. He went 7-0-1 with 7 knockouts before getting knocked out by Matt Mitrione, followed by a heel hook knockout loss to Sean Jordan. He bounced back with a 6-fight winning streak that saw him score a split decision over Roy Nelson and knockouts over Gabriel Gonzaga, Damian Grabowski, and Travis Brown before getting knocked out by Mark Hunt in the 4th round of June 2017. 8 months later, he came back, knocking out Marcin Tybura, and then defeated future heavyweight champion Francis Ngannou in a tentative and slow-paced fight, generally regarded as one of the worst fights in UFC history. In his next fight, he was thoroughly dominated by Alexander Volkov before knocking him out with a vicious right cross with just 11 seconds remaining in the fight to set up a title shot against Daniel Cormier, which he lost via rear naked choke in round 2. The following year, he was caught with a brutal right cross by Junior Dos Santos, who ended the fight with ground and pound. He came back 8 months later, defeating Blagoy Ivanov by decision. In August of 2020, he knocked out Alexei Olenek with a right hand, followed by ground and pound. He was next scheduled to take on Curtis Blades, but after Blades came down with COVID-19, the fight was pushed to February 20th of 2021, with Lewis winning by second-round knockout after landing a thunderous uppercut as Blades tried for a takedown. Primarily known as a striker with devastating power in either hand, Lewis is deceptively athletic, occasionally throwing high kicks and even flying knees to discourage his opponents from changing levels and attempting takedowns. Despite his lack of wrestling skills, he boasts a 54% takedown defense and will often demonstrate his strength by simply standing up when an opponent takes his back. With the tremendous strength and monstrous punching power of Lewis, be able to put Gane away as he eyes a rematch with Ngannou? Or will the speed, athleticism, and well-rounded skills of Gane completely overwhelm Lewis as Ban Gamin continues his meteoric rise to the top? Tune in Saturday night for Lewis versus Gane for the UFC interim heavyweight title.